Hi guys, it's Grace with Grace Gets Gastric. Today is Tuesday, December 10th, 2019, and I am here today for my 1 year, 49 week, or 101 week post-op VSG update. To start us off with stats again, my name is Grace. I am 5'8", 29 years old, and on January 2nd, 2018, I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy or VSG weight loss surgery. My highest weight ever recorded was 354 pounds in May of 2017, and I was required by my insurance to do a 6-month medically supervised weight loss diet. And over the course of that 6 months, I lost 35 pounds. So my starting weight day of surgery was 319 pounds. Last week, I came into the weight of 199.1, and this morning I weighed in at 199.8. So that is a weekly gain of 0.7 pounds, a loss since surgery of 119.2 pounds, and a loss since my highest weight of 154.2 pounds. Not loving how close I am to 200. I cannot lie. This is the highest I've been all week in my daily weighing. I was at 197 yesterday, so, you know, c'est la vie. Fluctuation's a thing. Try not to be too upset about it, but at the same time, I'll be honest, my head is not really in the game right now. I am struggling a little bit to care. And it's weird because I care when I don't have to make a decision, I guess. You know, like I feel like I want it. I feel like I want to, you know, I want to lose like 10 pounds maybe. And the thing is, and I was talking with Ruthie from Mystery Guest 1948 about this, where my body look, how I look physically, how my clothes are fitting, none of that's changed. You know, I'm only like 10 pounds from my lowest weight. So it's like, I'm not up by a lot. And I do think that some of that might be muscle, but then I also don't want to like get into my head so much that I'm like excusing away weight gain. But like nothing fits any differently. I don't feel like I look any different. In fact, I'm about the same weight as I was last year, and I do think that I look smaller. So yeah, it's hard to really crack down, I guess, on my nutrition, and that's what's really struggling. And it's not terrible. It's just like I'm kind of maintaining about 5 to 10 pounds higher than I want to maintain, you know? But it is so hard when I am actively trying to gain muscle. That number is is not subjective, you know, like it because I don't know what's going on. And like I have a Fitbit scale, but that body fat percentage is total bullshit, especially because I have so much loose skin. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not as committed as I want to be to kind of like really honing in on my nutrition. It doesn't help that it's a really difficult time of year to do that. There is temptation everywhere. And like I said, I'm not going off the deep end or anything. I'm just definitely not sticking 100% to plan. So I'm not like shocked that I'm still up, that I'm up a little bit more than I was. I'm fluctuating a lot because like I'm eating varying amounts of carbs, sodium, sugar, depending on the day. And it's, you know, that time of year. For example, in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be going out to dinner 3 times, going out to breakfast or brunch once. I will probably be drinking at every single one of those meals. I don't have to, but like realistically, like that is when I drink. I don't drink on my own. I don't really drink at all unless I'm going out to dinner. And that's when I enjoy having a drink. And so, yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's weird because like I'm not necessarily in a bad headspace. I'm just not in a good one either in terms of cracking down. I'm also just, I'm exhausted. Partially, I started, last week was my first week, I think I mentioned, of doing the 5-day-a-week workout program, which it turns out switching, I'm working out 5:30 a.m. 4 days a week, and then one of the workouts is a 8 a.m. workout on the weekend. But 5 days a week, or 4 days a week before work, I get up at 5:30 and work out. And before this, I was doing that 3 times a week, and and before that, I was doing it 2 times a week. And the 2 to 3 times a week, like moving from 2 to 3 was okay. Moving from 3 to 4 has been difficult. That one extra day is killing me. And this week, I actually think I'm gonna have to do 5 days a week. I normally work out 4 days a week and then on a Saturday, but I have to go wedding dress shopping with a friend this weekend, and it's gonna be really fun. And I might be able to fit in a workout, but I'm also the night before going to a comedy show and I probably won't be getting home until like midnight. And then so I'm thinking if I work out on Friday morning, it will be better for us all. But yeah, I'm really tired. And I think also in addition to the working out and because my sleep has changed a little bit, but it's still okay in terms of how much I'm sleeping. But it's just, I've got so much going on, and it's a busy time of year, you know? Every single facet of my life has shit happening. I've got so many things that I'm juggling, so many things on my to-do list every single day. I've got people I need to call, I've got appointments I need to make, to cancel, to reschedule, I've got reservations I need to make, I have stuff I have to look up. It's just a lot. I'm a little stressed out right now, I will not lie, and I'm sure that is not helping with my weight either. Actually, that's the first time I'm like really making that connection, but I'm more stressed out now than I have been in a long time, and I do think that not only affects my stress eating, which is a huge trigger for me, but also just in general kind of elevates your water retention, etc. But yeah. But so far the working out has been going well. I've been switching to a body part split, which is new for me. It's really weird. Yesterday was chest, and I really am feeling it. And it's so bizarre because it almost feels like when you're, for girls, if you have a period and you get a breast soreness around your time of the month, which I do, it almost feels like that, but it's not that because it's the actual muscle. But you know, like you're like, oh, I ache here, but then it's like, oh, it's not my boobs, it's my muscle. And it's also weird, right? Because like, you're looking at my chest, there are no boobs here. Like, they should be, but they're not. And so it's very weird to just like really feel where my chest muscles are and really see where my boobs no longer are. 2 months, less than 2 months, and that will all change though. Hooray! Other thing is 10K steps. That was part of my sort of challenge that I'm kind of doing. And I've done pretty well. I was looking back over since I started that, and there have only been so far 3 days that I haven't hit 10K. One day I'm short by like 6 steps, and I remember that day, and I swear to you, I got up and got those steps. So I am blaming my Fitbit for not counting them. Actually, and I remember like I would have looked down and made sure it hit. So I feel like there was a syncing issue because I'm positive I got it. The second day was Thanksgiving, where I got like 5K steps, and I had been planning to take a walk that afternoon, and then honestly, it just sort of slipped my mind between all of the family times, etc. And I'm okay with that. Like it was Thanksgiving. I got it the day before and the day after, so it is what it is. And then this past week, on Sunday, I just completely forgot to check. I was at like 8,800, and normally there are several days a week that I usually get not quite to like I get between 8,000 and 9,000. And then I just walk around my apartment until I hit 10K. And that's what I had planned to do that. I was like, oh, I'll see where I'm at the end of the day. Sometimes I get those last few thousand steps because I'm like cleaning and doing stuff, but I didn't that day. And I just fell asleep before I forgot to double check, which I'm annoyed at because it wasn't like Thanksgiving where I looked down and was like, I'm not gonna do a walk right now. It's 9 o'clock at night. It was something I could have done if I just noticed. But overall, I'm pretty happy that I've been working out consistently and getting that 10K steps. I've now been doing yoga consistently every single week, but I did it last week and it's nice. And I just have to remind myself, you like it, you enjoy doing yoga, you feel better when you do it. It's just when I'm so stressed out right now and I have so much to do, it's really easy to convince myself because I wake up in time for yoga. I don't sleep in and get that time back because it's a morning session. But I get up and I start doing things before class, and then it's just really easy to be like, oh, you've got so much to do, like you could just work for the next, 2 hours. Because between class and walking to and from, it's about 2 hours of my day, more than that even. So it's really easy to justify just getting that time back to do work, but I need to kind of get out of that mindset. But I'm going to be missing yoga this week because I am helping a friend find her wedding dress. So yes, that's that. That's what it is. God, the other just random musing I had, and I've actually thought about this a lot throughout my my journey, but it is something I've noticed particularly lately because it is winter. I work out now 4 times a week in the morning. I'm walking out to my car at like 5:45. It's dark. Luckily, I am privileged enough to live in an area that is very well lit. Not everyone does. And I have to walk out to my car. Sometimes it's several blocks, depending on where I was able to park. Then I drive to my gym, and then I park somewhere around the gym, and then I have to walk to the gym. And usually there's not a lot of people out, if any people out, but my gym is in a downtown neighborhood area, and we have a pretty high homelessness problem in my city overall, and particularly my area. There are a lot of homeless people that kind of hang out about a block away from where my gym is, and we have a lot of those people have issues with mental illness or with drug addiction, so it can be a little scary. I've had some scary run-ins in my time here, but it's interesting to realize just how much more vulnerable I feel in this new body, despite the fact that I am working out, that I am quite strong. I mean, like, look at this, look at that muscle. It looks sad because of all this loose skin, but it's there. I'm fairly strong. Like, I feel okay about my general fitness, but that was one of those things that I kind of took like a weird amount of pleasure, and I'm sure that this was some sort of subconscious play in my using my weight and food as a shield against vulnerability. I'm sure an aspect of that was this feeling, to an extent, a false feeling of security, because I was so big. I was like, who's gonna kidnap me? Like, how are they gonna possibly transport my body? Like, it's not worth the effort it would take. And like, due to our beauty standards in this and most of the world, most people would not want to deal with me at my highest weight, which we can get into all about that potential issue. But just, there was a feeling of safety in my size. And I definitely have just realized, and like, I was never completely unaware of the vulnerabilities that come with being a woman in this world, but I am more aware of them now, and just more aware that I'm perhaps am not such a, like, I'm not saying like I'm suddenly a target, but I'm certainly not quite as immediately a bad bet as I was beforehand. And so I've just noticed that there's, I've felt that as I have been walking to my car, walking to the gym, in the dark, by myself. I have never really had a lot of particular fear in doing that, but I have always also been smart about that. Just like I've always, felt comfortable traveling by myself, but I'm comfortable doing that, but I'm also smart about doing that. So I don't know, it's just really been interesting realizing or feeling this increased sense of vulnerability. I wouldn't say it's a drawback to, but it kind of is a drawback to the weight loss. I do think that it was a contributing factor to probably why I overate. I don't think it was like the driving force. There was nothing like traumatic that happened to me or anything, but I do think that I definitely used my size as a way to protect myself and shield myself a lot from the world and from experiences. I've used it a lot as an excuse, and I do think that there was definitely an element of looking like this, being this size is safer. So yeah, just some food for thought on this December Tuesday for you. Anyway, I think that's kind of everything I had to talk about. I've got a what I eat in a day that I'm hoping to post later on this week that I filmed last week. And yeah, I think that's all. I hope you guys are enjoying your December so far. I hope you guys are slightly less stressed out than I am. And I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye.